All right, everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. I'm back at the Disneyland Resort for another small update today. I'm actually going to downtown Disney because we have a brand new store opening called Disney Wonderful World of Sweets. Now, the reason why this store is so important is because they're gonna have a popcorn bar inside specifically that makes fresh caramel corn every day using Werther's original caramel. Now, this is unique because those of us that are big Walt Disney World fans, we're very familiar with this. That's because over at Walt Disney World and Epcot, in the Germany Pavilion and World Showcase, there's a store called the Caramel Kitchen. It has a German name, but I don't know how to pronounce it, but it basically translates to the Caramel Kitchen. And in this store, they make a bunch of different sweets and treats, all with Werther's original caramel. And one of the options that they make is Werther's original caramel popcorn. Now, this is one of my favorite things to get at Walt Disney World. And when I first went there years and years ago, we went into this place and it became our favorite souvenir. Usually we always had to get it at least once a trip. And it's not something that you could bring back. It was like, you could only eat it the day of when they make it because it's fresh and it just kind of goes stale really fast. So it was always something we got our first trip to Epcot and we would enjoy it throughout the day. And back when they had free dining plan, you could use your snack credit on it. But I have a lot of memories and nostalgia held with this caramel corn, and it was a big deal for a lot of us and a lot of Epcot fans in general. So when we found out that this brand new store at Walt Disney World was going to be carrying the same popcorn, it was really exciting. It's something we could only get at Walt Disney World, and now we can get it here at Disneyland. And let me tell you, it's incredible, especially when you hear it being made, smell it being made. It's just one of the coolest things, and you guys are gonna absolutely love it. So I'm gonna head on over to the store now in downtown Disney. I think they're gonna have a ribbon cutting ceremony because today's the official grand opening day, and they open in like 5 minutes. So let's head over there right now. Here we are, it is the Disney Wonderful World of Sweets. And before we go in though, I wanna take a diversion over to the left-hand side because it's really crowded in there, but they're making the fresh Werther's original popcorn right over here. It looks like they've just made it and now they're kind of scooping it into bags here, but you can see right back there is where they make the magic. They're doing it in that big vat, melting all the caramel corn. He's pulling it out right now. It smells so good in the store. And you better believe I'm gonna be getting a bag of that stuff. But they have 2 candy making windows now. They have the one where they're making all of the caramel corn, and then they have the other one that was kind of always there when it was Marceline's on the other side, where they're making the caramel apples. So I'll show you that right now. This one was just expanded a little bit though. But you can see they're making all the normal caramel apples that they always do. They got the chocolate coverings. And then they're also making their special exclusive treats that they've got going on here with their little characters on them. A lot of people are waiting in line for those. It's actually like they make cake pops of these special characters that are inside the shop. And actually there's a popcorn bucket of this character and his name is Poppy. And I'll show you guys that when we go inside as well too. But here you go. Here is a look at some of the cake pops they're making with the different characters on them that are exclusive to this location. In addition to the normal things you always find here. But let's go ahead and walk inside now. It's a little crowded in there, so forgive me if it's loud. So here we are. This is Poppy the popcorn bucket. This is an exclusive item specific to the Disney Wonderful World of Sweets store here at Disneyland Resort. The popcorn bucket is $29.99, and it does come with your own bag of the special Werther's original caramel popcorn. It's a pretty normal standard popcorn bucket with a traditional lid, so nothing too crazy. And the price is pretty standard with all the other popcorn buckets, but here is the star of the show. This is the Werther's original caramel popcorn made fresh. We just saw this being made in the window. This is incredible stuff, guys. But like I mentioned, if you do pick this up, do not plan to eat this past 1 day. It will not be good. I can guarantee you that. It's only going to be good the day you get it. So if you feel like you can't finish it all, just get one to share with your friends, and that's it. So a lot like the Marceline's confectionery that was here before, you have to take a number if you want to buy anything from the bakery case. So I grabbed my number here, and I've got number 95, and they're currently on, I think, 61. So we've got a little bit of time here But you can't just wait in line at the register. You have to have your number be called. So when you come in, if you're interested in buying anything, you got to grab a number. There's a lot of little details and things to look at in the store. So right up here, basically on top of all the different displays, they've got these kind of like moving displays and rotating things, castles made out of candy, basically what you'd expect. Very whimsical, very like, you know, Disney. It's exactly what you'd expect in a candy store that Disney's selling all their sweets in. So I like it. I think they did a really good job. I wanted to stop over here because I'm seeing candy I haven't seen before. Like there's this poison apple here that has like sour apple gummies inside of it. Haven't seen this. I know I've seen this before, but this is the Cusco poison, the poison for Cusco. It's like Nerds essentially in a collectible bottle that, you know, Disney did sell one of these earlier as like a drink glow cube that sold out really fast. So this is a great way to get one of those again. We have some Villains crispy treats I've never seen, as well as a new candy line for Ursula. So just like some, usually we see like the Goofy Candy Company or other things, but I haven't seen Villains themed stuff before. There it is. There's a lump of the good stuff. They're just about to fold it in. He just folded a bunch in right now, melting it all right there in the big vat to make some caramel popcorn. You can also watch on the inside. I was watching earlier just on the outside, but I'm on the inside now. They have it available to watch for guests. My number actually got called, so I actually was able to grab some sweets, and I'll show you what my haul was in just a second. So if you're a big fan of the toffee that they sell, the peanut butter brittle, the English toffee, the peanuddles, all that kind of stuff, they all have it here in the candy shop as well too. So you don't have to go inside Disneyland to get it. You can get it over here at Wonderful World of Sweets. These are made fresh all the time. And this toffee specifically, one of my favorite things. I love this. It's definitely something I grab for the family whenever I head back over to visit them. But they have a whole wall over here of all the fresh candy, including the popcorn that they are making fresh each day. The popcorn bag that I got was $8.99. You can get your Magic Key discount on it as well too. So that is something that's available. But they have all kinds of candy in here, just like you'd expect in the parks. Let me go back to the beginning wall too to show you guys what the candy looks like there. That's basically a lot of the stuff you'd find in the parks. Some of the stuff I haven't seen too. This I thought was pretty cool. So the Munchlings are basically like a toy that started off being inspired by sweets. And they're basically, some of them are scented, but they all look like different Disney treats, and they have shapes of Disney characters. Well, now the toys themselves have re-inspired snacks that have made their way into the candy stores. They've got popcorn flavored marshmallows here. They have the popular Baymax marshmallow s'mores here. They've got cotton candy themed to Lotso Hug and Bear. And then they have the Stitch gummies here as well too. But it's funny because these are, again, a toy line that was started inspired by snacks, and now they've gone ahead and inspired a whole line of candy here at the store. But back over here to this wall where we first walked in, this is very similar things you'd find in the parks, right? You're gonna find the sour balls, you're gonna find the unicorn pops and the gummy characters, the mini sour belts, all the things you'd find at Pixar Pier, all the different candies they have. So very, very similar. If you maybe don't have an option to get into the park, but you're craving some of that Disney candy, come on over here and you're gonna find it. Here's a look at some of the exclusive treats that they have here at the Wonderful World of Sweets. They're all themed different characters. So we got Jimmy, Bonnie, Fluffy, Lolly, and then of course Poppy's the popcorn bucket. I actually got Fluffy the cake pop, which the outside is flavored to cotton candy, hence the name Fluffy. And then the inside's just a traditional vanilla cake pop. This is a marshmallow character wand. This is also a cake pop. And then of course, the Poppy is the popcorn bucket, so it's the popcorn. But these are exclusive to this location, and they're not going to be anywhere else in the park, at least according to the cast members here. So it's pretty cool that they're going to have like their own themed thing here that's making kind of a special reason for people to come here, even if they are, you know, Magic Key holders that can go into the park. They also got Marceline's Train cookies, which is like a little bit of a nod back to Marceline's Confectionery. And then they're going to have standard Valentine's Day stuff that you would find in the parks as well too. Like they've got the marshmallow treats they've had inside Main Street, and then the chocolate covered strawberries, and then all the caramel apples that we know too. All right, so I just tried the fluffy candy cake pop. This is just a traditional cake pop from Disneyland. They said it's supposed to have a hint cotton candy flavor to it. At least that's what she told me. It's barely there, if anything, so don't be turned away by the fact that this could taste like cotton candy. It's just a vanilla cake pop covered in white chocolate. So basically a traditional, but it's got new designs here that are exclusive to the store. So good cake pop overall. So either way, if you want a cute design that's exclusive to here, you can't go wrong with a traditional vanilla cake pop. So you guys already saw my cake pop, but I wanted to show you the bag. So they got custom bags just like Marceline's Confectionery. It's got all their new characters on the side. It's got the wonderful World of Sweets logo on both sides. So they stayed true to the speciality of Marceline's Confectionery. They got the special boxes that your treats come in. They have the bag that your stuff comes in. So still very unique to that location. And it's nice that it's just not a very generic bag. You know, the Disney bags that you get at World of Disney. It's its own location. All right, and here's the test to see if it tastes just like the one at Walt Disney World. I'm gonna try it now. I can 100% confirm it tastes exactly like the popcorn from Epcot. So what a great thing to be able to have this at Disneyland and not have to go all the way to Florida to get it. And if you guys have never been to Walt Disney World, go try this. Get your own bag of this. They're making it fresh all day long. They're constantly replenishing the bags. Sometimes you can get lucky and get when it's warm and coming out of the big vat. But even this is probably made a few hours ago, maybe an hour ago or so, just because they're moving so quickly today. And it still tastes really, really good. But like I mentioned, it doesn't stay fresh for long. So if you're gonna try to have this the next day, you're probably not gonna like it. But this is probably one of the best treats at Disneyland now, hands down. All right, next up, I wanted to head over here right behind me into the brand new Disney Storyland boutique, which has a bunch of merchandise from Japan Disney store that people are just going nuts over already. So let's go inside and I'll show you what some of that stuff looks like. So the Storyland boutique is taking over the former Disney dress shop location. And again, they're stocking a bunch of merchandise from Tokyo's or the Disney Store Japan, not Tokyo Disneyland, but Disney Store Japan, but still a lot of really cute stuff that tons of people are going crazy over. Right now they've got a whole like floral cherry blossom Valentine motif going on, which people are loving. So let's look at some of the stuff. So here's a look at some of the merch. They've got some keychains from Disney Store Japan of the Aristocats. And they've got Marie, of course. Look at Marie. And then I don't remember the names of the other one. I know one of them's Toulouse. I think Toulouse is the orange cat. And then they have the gray one too. Lotso Hug and Bear stuff is very popular in Japan. They got a few things here, including this tote I've never seen before. Fluffy tote. And they've got little magnet guys here. And then, of course, the plushie they always have that smells like strawberries. I got a bunch of Baymax stuff. And let me just take a step back here and you guys can see kind of the whole store as a whole. It's got the same layout, but it just has kind of like a real pop look to it all. And it looks like it's probably going to change style and look whenever the season changes. Right now, it's kind of got that same flower cherry blossom motif. You can see there's just a ton of stuff here that you'd normally find at like Disney Store Japan. And then they've got the whole create your own headband section here as well too, that they have in the parks. So if you aren't able to do that in the parks, you could do it here in downtown Disney. And take a look at this cool neon custom sign they have just behind the register. Very, very neat. Like I said, it looks like they're going to be rotating different designs throughout the store, but let's continue this journey now over to the hotels and get started on some of the updates there. All right, so on the heels of that really big news update for the hotels, Mondo and I are going to go check out some of the stuff. Starting here at Disneyland Hotel, we have some new updates coming to the Concierge Lounge in the Adventure Tower, and some temporary changes if you're coming here now, staying concierge over in Frontier Tower. So let's go show you and check it out, And I'll put some photos up on the screen as well too, some of the concept artwork they released.
And these are changes that are happening pretty fast, honestly. That's the crazy part.
Very, very fast. But let's head inside. All right, so I want to show you guys outside the tower. This is the Adventure Tower. I actually tried to go up to the 11th floor to see if we already had, you know, confirmation that it was closed. And it is closed. You actually can't even access the 11th floor entirely, which makes sense, right? It's going to be right up here. The Fairy Tale Suite is on the corner of the building here. Then you have the e-ticket club and then the additional suite next to it. All of those are going to be gone, and they're working on a brand new concierge lounge called the High Key Club now. So right now there is no concierge lounge in this tower. However, the concierge level rooms are in this tower because they have the better views. So right now there's a temporary concierge lounge set up in the Frontier Tower, and I'm going to show you guys where that is now so that if you are staying here and you do have those services, you kind of know what to expect and what it looks like. But again, we tried to go up there, but it's already all closed. So basically the whole 11th floor is shut off. Only floors 10 and below were available for guest rooms. All right, so here we are just outside the Frontier Tower. Right next to the Discovery Tower is the temporary lounge that they have set up for guests that have concierge lounge access. I think for right now it's still called the e-ticket club. But you can see here just what it looks like over here at the Frontier Tower. It is got normal amenities you would find. There's tables, food, TV out, and everything like that. Obviously, we don't have access, so we're not going to be going in there, but I just wanted to show you guys the location. And again, this is the temporary e-ticket club right now while they're working on the brand new High Key Club. So if you do get concierge services at the Disneyland Hotel, it's going to be over here on the floor level of the Frontier Tower. So keep that in mind based on where your room's located, because typically when you're staying concierge, you're going to be over there in that tower, the Adventure Tower. So you're going to be walking a lot further if your room is here and your concierge lounge is over here at the Frontier Tower. So just keep that in mind, at least for now. It's going to be probably a full year while that's under construction. So it's not going to be a quick renovation, but it's good to know that they're working on it already. All right, so we made our way across the street to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel, and you can see they've already set up staging for construction here. There's a lot more construction happening at this hotel than at the Disneyland Hotel. They're going to be doing hotel guest remodels for the rooms, and it's going to be a soft goods refurb. So basically replacing all of the things in the room that aren't hard lines. So like the wallpaper, the carpeting, maybe the paint, some of the paintings inside. All that's going to be replaced. So not a major refurbishment and remodel of the rooms, because that just happened, I think, in 2017 and 2018. But this is just going to be a soft goods refurb. But in addition to that, we also have big changes for their concierge lounge, and I'll show you guys where that's located next. So over here, just off the 5th floor elevator lobby from the lobbies here, is the new space, the 5th floor Park View Terrace. This entire space will be closed off and turned into a brand new extension for the concierge lounge. So the concierge lounge will have spaces not only on the 5th floor, but also on the 6th floor. So you can see right here, this whole space will be enclosed, and it has beautiful views inside, straight down into the lobby. You can't really see it, you're kind of just seeing my reflection instead. And then you can see the 6th floor is right up here. So this will all be enclosed, and this is technically called the Park View Terrace, and you can see in the concept artwork it shows Grizzly and the Tower of Terror, aka Guardians of the Galaxy, in the distance, but for the most part this balcony is viewing the pool. So it's definitely a pool view area, and you probably won't see the fireworks because the fireworks are only visible on the other side of this wing of the hotel. So the regular concierge lounge has viewings of the fireworks, but this one, that's why I was saying in the podcast, depending on how tall it is, because it is going to be 2 stories, and they showed windows on the ceiling, maybe you can see like fireworks peeking out through the top because it's going to be 2 stories, but I don't know quite sure if that's going to translate through. But again, this whole really big space, right now it's really just used for guests that want to kind of sit out here and vibe. It's also used for weddings. Disney Fairy Tale Weddings uses this a lot. Private parties, when guests are in house with conventions, they usually have like little mixers out here. It's definitely used for a lot of other things, but if Disney's going to close it and turn it into a concierge lounge, you know there's a reason for that, and it's definitely going to be a huge moneymaker. Not only that, but Disney's going to be able to sell concierge level rooms not only on the 6th floor, but also on the 5th floor. So big change over here. This is a huge change for the Grand Californian because it's changing the exterior of the hotel, which really hasn't changed in quite some time. So this is going to look very different from down at the pool, looking up towards this. All right, everyone, but that wraps up this video update here at the Disneyland Resort for what's new and what's happening. Hope you enjoyed the brand new Wonderful World of Suites in downtown Disney, as well as the Storyland boutique and so many other new things, like exciting new changes coming to the hotels of the Disneyland Resort, which we'll of course keep our eye on as they continue to progress. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can get all the latest podcast episodes and new videos as they come out. And make sure you like this video and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, X, or on TikTok even, you can follow me at Just Ask Danny. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one.